In October 2021, the Chuddlemen, Ross, Bryan, and Sam, convened at a cabin in the woods to start a podcast. Deep in the basement, they discovered the Goo Book. Unfortunately, they had made the mistake of muttering the incantation inside.
Chuddle,
Now cast into the Chuddleverse and trapped in a time loop, they are the crypt keepers of the Goo Gods, forced to ask and answer the same questions about a different horror movie every episode. This episode, they are chuddling.
In the mouth of madness.
Sup, Chuddle Club members, and welcome to another meeting of Chuddle the Pod. If you have not seen this movie before, we do our version of a trailer before we get into spoilers. And we have gathered in the Chuddle Club crypt this episode to pay tribute to Letharion, Goo God of psychological horror. I am Sam, I am here. Ross, you're here.
Yes, I am here. Oh, hey.
We've been here. Bryan, are you here?
Perpetually.
Guys, I don't think we ever left.
It turns out we haven't. Wow, what a mind melter this was. We have been stuck in a time loop in the Chuddle Club crypt this whole time we've been doing the show.
The whole time. We didn't avoid the time loop.
We did not avoid the time loop. It turned
ironic.
Yeah. I don't know how we didn't know that it's fitting we're doing this movie, because reality has certainly changed. The Goo Gods
warpy, timey-wimey,
making us somehow believe that we have been living our normal lives when we've been trapped in the Chuddle Club crypt the whole time.
Who is us?
Yeah, I think they've just opened up our eyes a little bit, man. Or that third eye's open a little bit. We're seeing some.
Yeah,
we're seeing what's going on beyond there, and we know we're trapped. We got gods. They demand tribute, and we got movies that we can talk about. We're gonna do what we do best. Well, what we do. Forever.
So we're here, and before we continue, I'm going to take this moment to thank our patrons, the acolytes of the Chuddleverse. Your sacrifice gives us life, and we thank your beautiful souls. Membership is only $3, so if you can join and want to support the show, please do. Get that warm, gooey feeling in the cockles. Another way to support the show is by spreading the goo word. You can do that by rating, reviewing, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that fun stuff on the platform of your choice. With all club members present, the acolytes avowed, and the collection plate passed, it's time to crack open the Goo Book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Chuddle Aspertus.
Give me that goo. Oh yeah.
Starting with our log lines and our taglines. Well, log line singular. An insurance investigator begins discovering that the impact a horror writer's books have on his fans is more than inspirational.
Yeah, I'd
Fair.
say that's
Like
the general idea of what's going on here. The flavoring on top.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of cool that it doesn't give away all the reality,
the cosmic esoteric stuff going on. Yeah,
aspects.
Certainly.
Not that there's, that's particularly a spoiler. That's essential to the plot, but
well,
okay.
like our show, we didn't just we're into the cosmic weird shit now. We didn't just start our audience off with that, apparently, too. So it's like, this is the perfect
right
here.
But it turned out we were there all along. I can't even still wrapping my mind around it. First tagline: there are no words to describe Sutter Kane's latest and greatest novel. There are no words to describe Sutter Kane.
Not
good, I don't think.
It's not great.
Was that one?
That's just
that's all one.
It's mysterious, but it's in the not for a.
Why are there no words? It seems like there's plenty of words.
The next two are much better. Lived any good books lately?
I like that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Much better, I think. And kind of gets your curiosity. What does that mean? You know? And then this is a quote from the movie, and I think is also applies to us. Reality isn't what it used to be.
Ain't that the truth?
Right.
This is not reality.
It sure
Reality.
It's actuality. Are we on True TV?
We are.
We're going to get that contract, baby. We're going to get that. All right.
Who forged this tribute for the Goo Gods?
All right. Who crafted this offering? It was written by Michael DeLuca and directed by John Carpenter. Ever heard of him?
Familiar.
I would say a Goo Guru. What would he? John Carpenter is.
I would give him Goo
somewhere.
Guru. Yeah.
Whatever
I think
it is.
Guru status.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I agree. And Michael DeLuca, I recognize the name. He's more known as a producer. He's produced a ton of stuff, but he also wrote Freddy's Dead and wrote some of the Freddy TV show.
He sure did. I noticed that. Yeah. He has a lot on his producer, like big thing.
Right.
Captain Phillips Social Network,
stuff.
Moneyball. That's what he, I guess, went into. But there was something else I thought I noticed on his writer credit, but I remember the Freddy ones for sure.
Oh, it was the Lawnmower Man short, I bet.
Sure was. He did a short for the Lawnmower Man, which is probably more accurate to the actual story.
Stephen King story.
Yeah. Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Those satyrs.
And then let's get into our cast. We got Sam Neill as John Trent, Julie Carmen as Linda Stiles, Jürgen Prochnow as Sutter Kane, David Warner as Mr. Wren, John Glover as Saperstein, and who else is kind of big? Wilhelm von Homburg as Simon, and Frances Bay as Mrs. Pickman.
I noticed.
Good old Mrs. Pickman.
Bernie Casey. He was. I just remember him as. I think he's Bill and Ted's teacher.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was he in the movie? In this?
What was his character? That's a good question.
Oh, he
Robinson
was
is the name.
He's part of the insurance. He's like the head of the insurance company.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Not the head, right? Is he a head of an insurance company? I don't remember anyone's fucking role in all this. It says his name is Robinson.
The guy that he's meeting with the white-haired guy, and they go to lunch together.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think
right.
he owns the insurance company or like deals with them.
Yeah.
Also, what is it?
Charlton Heston. I totally skipped over. Jackson Hargler.
Charlton Heston's the publishing house CEO. And then was it Wilhelm von Homburg is one of the villagers in Hobbs End, who's also Vigo.
Vigo.
Ghostbusters 2.
And John Glover from
John Glover.
Smallville fame. Definitely
Lex
Sam
Luthor's
and I know that.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
And Sam Neill.
I mean, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
And if your introduction to Sam Neill was Jurassic Park when I was a kid.
Yes.
Of
so
course.
discovering all this stuff that he had done.
Yeah.
In even around this time, because what year did this come out? This was 94. Jurassic Park was like 94.
They filmed this before Jurassic Park, but I think Jurassic Park came out before this did, because the Goo Gods implanted a memory in me of watching this with commentary from John Carpenter.
When was Event Horizon? What year was that? Because like I just, for whatever reason in my craw, like Sam Neill is basically the esoteric cosmic horror dude for me, because this movie and Event Horizon, he deals with just a whole
97.
lot of 97. Okay.
Oh, certainly.
And Possession, which we did, you can go back and, or you probably can't go back and listen to that unless you are an acolyte. Okay,
you're in the Patreon.
You're in the Patreon. We got our first 68 episodes are not in the main feed.
Yeah, we started at 69. That's when we knew who we were.
The coming of age show.
Exactly.
And it turns out we didn't even know what we thought we knew.
Exactly. Isn't that
everything was a lie?
Goddamn crypt.
Everything was a fucking lie.
Fucking Christ. It's a decent crypt. It's got a good size. We have plenty of shelf room to throw up the movies we like. I mean,
it's a very good size. As far as I know, like, I haven't even explored the whole thing. You know
think of
I mean?
like, because like, what if we figure out like an incantation? So you know how we always want like one of the props from the movies? What if we figure out how to actually get those? That's going to look good on those shelves back there.
It's true. There's probably just a basement of everything we've wished for somewhere.
Maybe one day the gods will reward us with something like that if we...
Or a way out, you know.
You never know.
Yeah, a way out.
It's getting weird. I love
it. Gods. Next one. We are paying tribute to Letharion, the Goo God of psychological horror, modified by madness. Little subgenre modifier. Does this movie appease any other gods, any other modifiers? What kind of subgenres are we thinking it could go to? It's got a lot, I think.
Certainly. And you kind of briefly mentioned it. Letharion is our paranormal or our psychological
horror.
So that's where we really fit in the Mouth of Madness with it. And what'd you say our modifier was?
Madness.
Okay.
I would say madness. I would also absolutely do body horror with this as well. Like physical metamorphosis is a huge component in this movie.
Sure, I'd say monsters, cosmic. I think that would probably about cover it.
Sure.
But primarily it's a psychological madness, you know, what is reality type of thing going on.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. I don't know our gods well enough to know what other ones would like this yet, man. I'm just learning this crazy world we're in, figuring it out.
Yeah, that's why I think also it's fine just to talk about, you know, subgenres. Basically, we don't have to nail down all the modifiers. It'll come with time as we're learning that we're here. I mean, all this was just really revealed to us.
It's a lot.
I hope the Goo Gods give us grace.
What if we die after this?
What if we die after this?
Well, we completed the time loop and we're free.
Good point.
That's true. Very true.
Oh, what if that's the way?
Sweet
we'll
release.
find a better way.
Ooh.
All right. What's the best environment to watch this? This is just a nice watcher, you know, dim the lights.
Saturday afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
Just a Saturday afternoon.
Well, Sunday afternoon.
I definitely don't.
Early morning.
It's an afternoon movie.
Early morning, afternoon movie for me.
I definitely wouldn't, at least your first viewing of this, unless you're with other goo heads. I don't know if this is like a party movie. You know what I mean? I think there's like way too much. There's way too much stuff going on with this movie to have it as a back burner. I feel like if you got some really good like movie heads, horror heads, you want to sit down and watch a movie, this is a good one.
My first time I ever watched this was somewhat recently, but it wasn't for this episode. But I know I was, you know, going on my phone sometimes and eventually was like, all right, I can't go on my phone because I keep being like looking up and going, what's happening?
What?
Is it for beginners? I say yes.
Yeah, I mean, it does really kind of get out there with the narrative and kind of things that happen. It's more, it takes a very surreal slips and slides, but I think it's still cohesive enough for like someone getting into, like, for beginners.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's...
It's got
too much
sufficient tension. There's not, we'll talk about blood, but yeah, I think it would totally work. What should you know, if anything, before you see this movie? If you haven't seen it yet, no more than what we've said already.
Yeah. I mean, it's heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. So like cosmic esoteric horror type stuff. So like, I feel like you may get some added enjoyment if you have a little bit of a background on Lovecraft with this, but it doesn't make or break the actual viewing experience.
Yeah, because I'm not very familiar.
I know the basics and understand. I understand a lot of it.
I know enough of it to recognize it when I see
creatures, all that bullshit. I understand.
Well, if you're like into Lovecraft, it's chock full of references.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Trigger warnings.
All right.
Was that a flying saucer?
I don't know what that was. It just something that's like came from a speaker outside.
Implied dog
mutilation.
Yeah.
So there's like implied animal mutilation. There is also like a wounded animal towards there. There is suicide in this.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean, it does deal heavily with like going crazy, mental illness, and one of the main key things is set in an insane asylum. So if the idea of...
Yeah, I mean, if the plot of the movie is a problem, for sure, don't watch it. Does it please Ugut Malu, the gore god? I'm going to say no.
No. I mean, there are a few scenes, but nothing crazy.
Nah.
Displeased. We displeased the god, one of the gods with this one. And is it just me or is it getting a little stinky in this crypt? And you know what that means.
What is that smell?
Do you remember if you smelled anything funny?
Ugh, it's that smell again.
Obviously, it arrived spoiled.
It isn't good. It's spoiled.
And we begin with our IMDb behind the scenes. Not much for this one because even though there was actually a ton on there, it was some of the absolute dumbest IMDb trivia I've ever read. Which is
Did you know
impressive.
That In the Mouth of Madness was filmed on a camera?
Yeah, Sam Neill is the star. If I have to read one more bit of trivia about how that insane asylum was a water maintenance facility. Ugh. All right. I'll tell you what I did keep.
So it was a water maintenance facility?
Was it a water maintenance facility?
Learned about 5 times. Can't shoot there anymore though.
Why?
Did John Carpenter ruin it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we're trapped.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find a exit yet.
Or a bathroom.
Well, you make your own.
It's a bathroom, Ross. You don't. There's a bathroom, guys.
What is there? Oh, I'm sorry. I have a lot of apologizing to do. Okay.
In the film, the works of Sutter Kane are occasionally quoted. Most, if not all of these quotes are actually taken directly from several H.P. Lovecraft short stories with some adaptations to fit them into the film story. Most notably, the scene where Style reads to Trent as he gazes into the abyss. Her speech lifts much of its description, including such elements as the illimitable gulf of the unknown from the last paragraph of Lovecraft's Rats in the Walls. In an earlier scene, Trent reads a line verbatim from The Haunter of the Dark in reference to the Black Church being the seat of an evil older than mankind and wider than the known universe. And there's plenty of stuff like that. I kept this as representative of the fact that there's a lot of references to Lovecraft in the
Lovecraft. Yeah,
sure, of course, that makes sense.
Hob is an old word which used to refer to the devil, so that's fun. It's the devil's end.
Who?
Oh, it's the devil's rear end.
The devil's butt.
What?
But old timey. It is the third film in what John Carpenter has called his Apocalypse trilogy, beginning with The Thing, second being Prince of Darkness, and finally In the Mouth of Madness. There you go, a bit of trivia for you. John Carpenter's favorite line in the film, and again, I just kept it because it so relates for us. Reality is not what it used to be, because I am still struggling here. So,
aren't we all?
Yeah, aren't we all? That maybe that's our new tagline. Still struggling, aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
We're a fun podcast, guys. I promise.
Yeah, now that the Goo Gods took us over, we got real down, real blue. The film's main theme heard during the opening credits was inspired by Metallica's Enter Sandman. Carpenter had originally wanted to use the song, but was unable to secure the rights and instead composed his own theme with the help of composer Jim Lang and guitarist Dave Davies of the Kinks. I just think that's so funny because, like you said, you think it is like, not only was
so
it that,
close.
they tried to get it, couldn't, so they were like, we'll just make our own.
We need to make this as legally close to this as
whatever
possible.
One note away. If they went one note more similar, they would have been sued, and they just pulled it back that much.
Vanilla Ice style. All right. And last, another credit thing that I didn't see. During the credits, right at the end, just after the SPCA disclaimer about animals being monitored and unharmed, text reads, "Human interactions monitored by the Intergalactic Psychiatric Institute. The body count was high. Casualties heavy." So this credit person just had a lot of fun, and so
had a lot of fun with it.
When they just came off of The Naked Gun,
yeah,
and
yes,
that's the credit guy over there.
The Naked Gun.
Got it like mixed
or
up.
like The Naked Gun 4.5 or whatever it would be.
3 1/3.
Yeah.
When the movie is in the movie, this credit guy must have had so much fun doing it because he still had to like kind of make it within canon to what's going on.
I get to make credits within the credits, and then I get to make credits for these. Yeah, but we're not paying. We're not paying a double. I don't care. I do it for the love, man.
I do it for the love, baby.
This is art.
This is art. The art of the credit. I mean, it is.
That's all I got for IMDb behind the scenes. But Letharion demands to know why we chose this offering. Well, we had to pick an offering for Letharion. Why this one? I think just because it was paired with Madness, and I'd been kind of wanting to cover this movie. I know Ross loves this movie. And it just happens to... Maybe that's why the gods revealed it to us now, because we're in like a what is reality movie.
Oh, the characters find out that they're in a book?
Yeah.
Well, did we pick this movie first, or did the movie pick us?
The movie pick us? Don't down now. Don't down now. Do you read Soda Cane? Soda Cane.
Do you read Soda Cane?
I have no history with it though either, so that's the boat I'm in.
There we go.
I am. Yeah, no, I absolutely love this movie. I am obsessed with Lovecraft, and then I think, in my personal opinion, this is the closest, best representation of his written works in a film, even though it has nothing to do with actual Lovecraft. Like the name Lovecraft, you know what I mean? Like, yes, yeah, but done like so well and so poignant, and all the things that actually make Lovecraft creepy is represented in like the ideas of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, I saw it because sometimes since we started the podcast, I was like, there's like a good amount of John Carpenter movies I hadn't seen, and this was one of them. And that's how I ended up watching it, and was like, oh shit, this is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think my John Carpenter list is relatively
small
low as well, if we went through it. And from what I have seen, it's not like I've seen a lot, maybe minus Halloween. I haven't seen The Thing that much, and I know that's a big one.
Right.
Anyway, no history with it. I know he's playing. I know he's like on a music tour right now or something.
Oh,
he's playing he's down rocking. The road from me.
Oh, cool. I would go.
Yeah.
I would absolutely go to a John Carpenter concert.
Even though there's only like maybe 3 movies in his horror movies that I think are stellar and I really love. Most of them are all still so like solid. He's just become one of my favorites. So I even the movies that to me are kind of, they're not as strong. They're still good, especially compared to other favorite directors of mine who may have like 2 or 3 strong ones and the rest are like, I don't think so. Okay, gentlemen, prepare thy hands to stick into the goo bucket. This is how we're going to figure out the recap. We stick our hands in the goo bucket. When we take our hands out, whoever still has goo on their hand, they are the one that has to do the recap.
No whammy, no whammy, no
and
whammy.
I'll look at everyone's hands and let you know which hand has the goo on it.
Okay.
So you guys ready? Stick your hand on in there. Primordial goo. This is so weird that we just. It feels kind of good. That's my hand.
Oh, that's yours? Oh, I'm sorry.
I like
All
it.
right, everyone, pull it out. Would you look at that? Ross's hand is covered in goo.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The gods have chosen you for this one to kick us off.
All right. Trent, our main dude, is he investigates insurance claims, and more importantly, he is a bullshit detector. So he is hired by Charlton Heston to find Sutter Kane, who is a notorious horror writer who has a, let's say, lasting effect on its readers. And the newest book in the Mouth of Madness is set to be released. But guess what? There is no book. Sutter Kane left, and so did the book, and they're trying to figure it out. So, John Trent decides to, he starts reading the books start having an effect on him, then he realizes, all of the covers that Sutter Kane had originally done by an artist or by himself, turn into an actual state outline of New Hampshire.
Oh, these books are a map.
These books are on a map that lead to a fictitious town called Hobbs End. With the Devil's Butt. Charlton Heston sends Linda Stiles, the main editor of Sutter Kane's work.
Yeah, the exclusive editor of his work.
With Trent to head to this fictitious town. In doing so, we get some crazy time loopy pocket dimension esoteric. We go from roads to driving in a thundercloud.
To where we don't need roads.
We don't need roads anymore. And then we also get a talk about time loops. We have our first time loop reoccurring character is a small boy on a bicycle who turns into an old man on a bicycle because he won't let him leave. They wind up magically just appearing in Hobbs End. The town is letter specific to the books, including the local motel. Oh, it's a hotel. It's actually a really nice place. Which has Mrs. Pickman, who in the books shackles her husband, does nefarious and terrible things, which, SpaghettiOs is actually a thing. They are in the actual novel. They go to a black church that is there, which once repelled the evil, but is now a moniker for their evil coming backs. The black church the doors are now open. Sutter Kane is there. It's affecting the children, which now in turn affect the adults, all while Trent and Stiles are in shock and horror. They plan on heading out. Stiles heads back to the black church, looks at the entire thing, spoiler alert for her, eyes bleeding, and is now a full agent
Kane
of
creature.
Sutter Kane.
Yeah.
Yes. Kane at this point is basically God in this story now. Trent, let's see here. What happens? Oh yeah. Trent, in trying to just fucking leave, gets also stuck in kind of a time loop until he winds up talking with Sutter Kane, who basically tells him the idea of belief and reality are kind of coexisting. The more people believe in his works than they do the actual Bible. So now his reality is forming from old ones who basically told him to write this shit because he's just a vessel for these things to come back through. Upon hearing this, Trent is like, no, this is reality. He screams. Mostly the end part of this is him just pounding his fist, screaming reality. He wakes up so he winds up getting the manuscript. The open world pocket thingy now is the creatures are now coming into our own reality. He winds up back at some hotel with the manuscript. He tries burning it a bunch of times, and then he's now completely losing his goddamn mind, goes back to Charlton Heston, who now tells him, I never sent you out with anybody. You delivered this months ago. The book has been out for 7 weeks, and the movie's coming out next month. which makes him spiral even more. He realizes that the front cover of it strikingly looks like him, and he goes axe happy on a book finder, wakes up in a mental institution, which is where in the beginning of the film we find him, where he kicks that dude in the balls. Sorry about the balls. And the world gets basically taken over. He hops out of his loony bin asylum, goes to a local theater, and realizes his entire saga is the actual film for this, as he laughs and cries maniacally in the theater all by himself.
Beautiful.
Good job. Bravo.
Way to go. The Goo chose you wisely.
Yes, that's why it chose you. The Goo knows.
All right, let's talk about this movie. The premise.
Let's do it. Yeah.
What do you think? Work for you?
Thanks for asking me. I mean, yeah, as this sort of even beyond wibbly wobbly, interdimensionally, timey-wimey,
reality,
yeah, meta-weta-y.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, movie within a movie is like, does this, all that kind of fun stuff to it. Yeah, I think it's fun and it works. Why not?
Well, and especially as your first time, yeah, you were not watching it kind of knowing what you're watching, because you don't know, obviously, that you're watching the story of him in this story. It gets so hard to explain.
Whatever we're really watching. I mean, it's so... Yeah.
Well, I think it works. If you're going to do this kind of thing, go for it. And they did.
Absolutely. I know that that's a film that we did cover, The Empty Man. Is that like the idea of the idea of construct of like belief equals reality. Mm-hmm. And they really this is kind of the granddaddy of that kind of conceptual idea. And then
Freddy
having
Krueger. You take away his power by not believing in him.
Not believing in him. I think it does deal with and then also having our, this is kind of fun because this is a film that has our narrator or our main hero is that it's not an askewed narrator. It's an askewed world, as in we're seeing it through his perception, but the perception of the world, the world is tilting. He's not. So it's this weird, the world's not, you can't trust the world, but you could trust the narrator.
Can you though?
I don't think you can. I think he's an unreliable narrator. Yeah, I think the world is too, because it's still through his eyes and we don't know what is real or not. I mean, still through that.
Well, I mean, Sutter brings up the fact he's still a fictional character. It's that realization that you're just a pawn in a much larger thing, and the idea of
but was he
fate
a fictional character always? Has he always been a character in this story, or was he a person that once the power of Sutter Kane became so strong, he turned him into a character? What is reality?
I mean, is he actually just a crazy person?
That too.
And none of it's real.
On it, that too.
So that's what makes the whole thing unreliable, because you're questioning everything at that point, and which again it works. Right. It's fun in this instance. You're not mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because everything is so. You're not madness about it. No, I think because everything is so surreal, and when we get into these things of just cosmic horror and body horror and time and stuff like that, is that it's
the duplication of scenes. I think really helps a lot too, where they're just
you can trust that you
things.
Can't trust anything.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Goo verbs. That's Goo verbs 16:3.
Ooh, filmmaking, technical prowess of the movie. I mean, the rockin' theme song's a bit silly. I do like the sort of piano keys that come in before it jumps into the rock.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's sort of classic Carpenter in the lighting and the way it builds tension, the mood.
Also, I absolutely admire and love the high level of practical effects versus CGI. Like you see,
K&B did the effects. Didn't mention that, but.
And like we're talking about like from prosthesis, like kids with prostheses on. We've got like animal ones. We've got full creature design. We've got puppetry. I mean, like you name it, it's in here. And it's to my opinion, I think done pretty damn well.
I agree, and I think
tentacles.
Ooh, yeah.
Is it? I'm going down the list. You said I name it. It's in there, right? So tentacles.
Yes,
is it in there?
In it. Yes.
Weird monster creatures.
Absolutely.
Children that just ate a dog's leg.
It's mommy's day. Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. Like there's a lot of fun stuff, and it's not. As we said, Ugat Malou wouldn't be too pleased because it's not over the top, like gory and gross with it.
Yeah.
You just see a lot of these weird and just hints of these weird monstery amalgamations of whatever the hell they are, creatures that are gooey.
If anything, like some of the deformity on the people coming into monsters is more disturbing than any of the blood or anything
actual
like
monster.
that we've seen.
Oh, totally. Well, it does. I mean, just to bring it back, it appeases this god because it's way more about the head trip of these creatures versus the violence of them doing to innocent people. It's just the fact that they exist. And like, even like Mrs. Pickman, like, is that like her metamorphosis into that weird, insane creature in the basement with the but still holding an axe and still hacking her husband up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that it's like psychologically just so fucking weird. And like, it doesn't need to be super violent because it's just so out there.
It is that.
Now I'll say that's great. I agree that I like a lot of the cinematography just in terms of the shots. I think there's a lot of really cool, interesting, neat stuff going on. But I will say it did just look like a TV movie to me. I don't know.
It was cheap.
What it was about that.
As a New Line movie, their budget kept going down. It was $10 million. By the end, it was $10 million for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I said my perfect environment would have been like Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning or something. Yeah. Catching it on TV would have been a great time to watch this.
One of the things,
I think...
Go ahead.
No, go. I forgot.
One of the things John Carpenter talked about in the commentary was because the budget was so low and they had a lot of dialogue scenes that he tried to do lots of like movement with the camera and lots of just camera work to make it more interesting.
Sure. There is this kind of low, there's music playing like in the background, like a low like score throughout the whole movie, which was very distracting.
I don't know
I don't know necessarily about the whole movie, maybe, but for a large chunk of the beginning half, like where when people are just talking and hanging out at some points, it would just be like a very low piano thing going on or something. Just
I'm surprised I didn't notice that. I usually do.
It felt like I noticed that right away, which lent to the low budgety Saturday feeling to it.
Oh, for sure.
Which wasn't bad. I think it added, for me, it added a certain flavor to it that was fun. It was a fun taste.
Yeah. And I think one last thing for me on the filmmaking is because it is such a meta, timey-wimey, whatever, we've been talking about it. I think that's hard to successfully pull off and not feel like you're losing the audience and just being like, what is going on here? So I think he did a good job at sort of visualizing that
coherently incoherent.
Yeah, without just making it nonsense. Suspenders of disbelief. Was there anything that pulled you out of it or tugged on them?
No, I think I was kind of, it dips your toes into it enough, like that I feel that as the movie goes and progressively gets more batshit crazy, is that my suspenders were pretty much on the entire time because I don't know. It's just like I was prepped for it. You know what I mean? Like I think the way that through dialogue and how they almost prepare you for the level of ridiculousness without like directly pointing it out.
Yeah.
So it makes the ride a little more tolerable than like if the, second act happened in the first, it would be fucking insane. You know?
Well, how are your suspenders? I was waiting for you to.
My suspenders.
How does that look?
We're fine. I mean, it's such an out there concept that if you're buying into the premise, there's nothing really to tug. You can kind of do anything.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only, I guess, in terms of anything being tugged and taken out of it would be, again, going back to the budget and the filmmaking of it. Like if it had more money to it and was able to deliver something bigger, I think living in that world it would be a different experience of this movie. I think I would feel something more.
The madness.
Icky, the madness, the dread, or any of it. Because I felt fun. This was fun dread.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's actually one of the taglines.
It's fun.
You've heard of Judge Dredd. This is fun dread.
Fun dread.
Perfect. All right, now tropes. Yeah, what about them?
I don't know that I didn't write any down. I mean, I guess there's sort of Lovecraftian tropes, but that's very intentional.
Yeah.
Tentacles. Hit hard on some tentacle stuff.
Tentacle, weird stuff.
Yeah.
I think, like the main trope is that like reality isn't reality, kind of, you know what I mean? Like the everything that you've led to believe up now is a lie, and you know what I mean? I think that trope they play very well, and I think it's palatable to the viewer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it goes too far off the rails, even as esoteric and crazy as this movie gets, is that I feel like it's still coherent enough that like that trope of, you know what I mean? Like the trope of insanity, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Because it pulls that off well. It seems like a relatively straightforward story told with like a, made you, because it's in this world of madness, is it real? Is it not real? It's obviously going to be in play, but I think it handles that very well and allows you to enjoy asking the question, was it all in his head? Was it partially this and that? Was it?
Yeah.
Exactly. As opposed to being like, was it all in his fucking head? Like, this is dumb.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, opening. That rock song that couldn't get under Sandman for, and book cover being printed, like it's like a How It's Made episode with credits.
Right.
Nice.
I think and I do love this movie. I think the juxtaposition of that fucking weird song with having a book being published, it just feels weird.
It was such a relatively mundane.
Yes, especially in comparison to the tone of the rest of the film. I just feel like, John, you should have just not done the song, and you shouldn't have tried to copy the song. I would have loved to have a crazy ass John Carpenter bass synth
original
intro.
Yeah.
Yes. Then this rock format.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna do my own Understand, man.
Yeah, it didn't do much for me.
No,
I'm gonna keep
but
saying
I mean that's just opening credits.
Yeah.
So then lunatic Sam Neill, arrives at this asylum. He's put in a padded room, yells he's not insane. And everybody
I'm sorry
else is
about
like,
the balls.
I'm not insane either.
It was a lucky shot.
They play the Carpenter's music. But then reality kind of shifts for Sam Neill. The music stops, lights.
That's so like was...
Seems like somebody's in his cell. We hear a voice say, "This is not the end. You haven't read it yet." And a bunch of flashes from stuff that's going to happen in the movie. The next day, a doctor visits to find Sam has drawn crosses all over the room and himself. And he asks Sam what he does.
It's getting really bad out there to call you guys in, huh?
He starts telling the story. We get into our movie.
I really do like the visual of just all of the crosses the room where then you have him being like, I don't want to leave. No, I think I want to be in here. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the, I don't know. I always like that because it's just such an insane juxtaposition in comparison when he first was in intake and then they go to see him and he's like, oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I feel comfortable in here.
With his cosmic black crayon, single black crayon that lasts forever. That was a suspender tug. I was like, he asked for a single black crayon and did all this.
You kidding me? I've got toddlers. I know how long a crayon goes. I think honestly, for me, I enjoy the opening scene with the crosses and stuff like that on a rewatch more than like the initial tug. I thought was like a little over the top for me. I was like, oh, this is cool, but like, but then like while rewatching it and realizing that his character is like grasping at straws to like, if what you would consider Christianity, religion, whatever, is now been overthrown by this new narrative. It's such a weird, fleeting thing for him to cover his entire room with crosses, to think that would have any spiritual lingering on his like his future. I thought was very poignant, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, especially some of the what he talks about at the end of the film, where like, dude, in 10 years, we're going to be a fucking myth to these things. Like we're, you know,
yeah.
So he's almost like the last, like, I don't know, monikers to a dead vessel, you know?
Yeah, I liked it right away. I mean, just it looks cool. There isn't much more than that. But
agreed. I think it's a cool visual.
Yeah.
I mean, if he believed really hard in it, shouldn't it? Like, it could have come true a little.
And that doctor who comes to visit him is like the scientist in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
And he is the theater teacher in Scream 2, or like the theater professor.
Yes. He's in Titanic.
Yeah, The Omen. He's in a bunch of things. Body Bags.
He's in Body Bags. He's also a vampire killer in My Best Friend is a Vampire, which is a fantastic 80s teen weird vampire movie.
Oh, he's in Ice Cream Man. He's in a lot of stuff. Shout out David Warner. So that Carpenter's Muzak song, apparently John Carpenter really wanted that because he thought it'd be kind of funny. And the Carpenters didn't want to give him the rights, like based on the movie and the situation it was being played in.
Oh, sure.
But I guess they convinced him, or paid enough.
Money, baby.
Yeah.
That's where the budget. That's where part of the budget, a big chunk of the budget went to pay for the Carpenters.
Mm-hmm. Character choices. How do we feel about our characters? So we got our main guy, John Trent, Sam Neill. It's kind of like a sarcastic, know-it-all detective character.
Yeah.
I like him well enough. Even though he is a smart ass, it's Sam Neill, so he's got that lovable rogue charisma type thing going on. You have Styles, who is kind of a pretty flat character in my opinion. The editor that comes with him,
like with Trent, you can see his descent into madness, and with Styles, it's like a switch. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, she has like maybe one or two things where she's like fighting whatever the hell's going on, and then it's just immediate succumbing to it, which again, like you said, it's just kind of just it made her character a little more 2D. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say actually the majority of the characters outside of John Trent just are kind of, jobbers. They're there to serve the narrative.
Well, I've also kind of thought about this too, is that because if the entire thing is supposed to be in what Trent says is like a trashy horror novelist, is that like if these characters are kind of flat, I'm always like, is that on purpose? Is the entire thing like this weird buffering of things is because it's all written by Sutter Kane, so it's like this level of like,
I think in a way it kind of is, because one of the things Carpenter talked about was like the way he wanted Styles to like carry herself in different things, and in a way he kind of directed her to come off as flat
and like almost robotic. And then like there's also some dialogue she has too. She's like, no, he wants me to do this is going to be better for the readers in the book, where it just has this like, it's more of the it's just more flat on purpose than like,
I think it's supposed to acting. Seem more like it's only there to serve the story, which kind of makes sense if the whole thing is a story that's serving itself, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
thing. I don't really have much more to say about characters.
Yeah, there's not much
Sutter
to
Kane.
say. You guys kind of said it. Yeah,
We
even
didn't
he's
really
kind
hit
of
on
one-dimensional.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, I'm a bad guy. I write stories and channel elder gods. Believe in me. Or,
But now I am a
Dialogue.
god. Yeah.
Dialogue is pretty good. It's mostly a dialogue-driven film. I wouldn't say it's a particularly quotable movie, even though the dialogue is...
Do you read Sutter Kane?
Good. Yeah, Do You Read Sutter Kane is obviously like the quote.
Oh, absolutely. It's Mommy's Day.
Had you not said that, it didn't like stand out to me.
I don't know. That kid is so gross looking that like it just stuck in my craw. I was like, ew. No, it's not Mommy's Day. I do not want to be mommy to that.
Reality is not what it used to be stood out to me, but I particularly relate to that right now.
I guess Sam Neill pounding a desk going, "This is reality," isn't necessarily like a quote. It's more of just a word.
Sure.
Emphasis.
Yeah. Blue, the thing about liking blue, that's fun. And then everything.
Oh, that was
blue.
a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. We were saying that a lot before quote. We started recording.
Yeah, so I guess there's that.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my favorite substance is goo?
Goo.
Did anything surprise you in the movie? Honestly, for my first viewing, it kind of puts me so off guard that I'm just taking it in and then trying to, figure out what exactly is happening, but was never like, it's not like at the end you're like, oh, wow. He's watching himself because he is
man.
And we are watching him watch himself, and like it's just like fun fun dread.
I think one of the things that kind of surprised me and still surprises me when I watch it is that like I think some of what you don't see I feel is a monetary restriction, but when the portal blasts open and you see like the word, like you're basically in a giant book at that point. You know what I mean? That monologue that Styles says while Trent is peering into the void works so well for seeing absolutely nothing, and it hits every single time because you're just seeing Trent's reaction and then like utter disbelief and horror, and then while it's being narrated. And like on paper, I feel like that would just be kind of fucking weird. But for me, it works every time because like even when you're not seeing it, it's still filling your head with what the fuck it could be. And like that's the whole point of Lovecraft. I don't know, like that entire thing kind of encapsulates that feeling for me.
Cool. I'm glad it works for you. I find it hard to pay attention to what she's saying, and I have to like remind myself like pay attention because she is essentially narrating what he is supposed to be seeing. But funny thing is, that was not supposed to be the ending. That was budgetary issue when they lost. I think it was when they dropped from 15 to 10 million. They had to redo the third act. Originally, the whole town was going to get sucked into the book. I'm not really sure what that means. But it was like a town-wide destruction, I guess.
Sucked into a book, you say?
That's
awfully familiar.
That resonates with me.
Golly, it really is. I mean, they must have known that we would choose this one for Lotharia, and when they revealed this all to us, yeah, amazing.
They know.
They know. The gods know. Mind your gods. Any jump scares stand out to you? Personally, no. I think when you see the guy with the axe walking across the street holding the axe and people are panicking and you're just waiting for him to get there, I think that's sort of a classic tension building thing. Hey, here's something bad. They don't know about it. You're waiting for the bad thing to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like there's some like Foley and lighting things that kind of give the impression of jump scares, but a lot of this is like you're saying, like it's almost like the long pause before the weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking to that scene, sorry, that Sam, that the guy that's creeping up, walking, it's like, yeah, it's building the tension, then building the tension, and then I think here's where it talks about my suspenders, because then it's like Sam Neill and I forget who he's with, like to not notice the creeping guy up here. They're like, oh, well, look at these documents over here. And they like turn themselves
turn away from it. Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, let's get there. But
so that'd be a suspender moment.
Yeah, there you go, suspender moment.
And so if you notice when he gets shot, no blood, no squibs, nothing like that. Budget again.
Yeah. But I did like the double eyeball contact lenses that he had in. I really do love the
it's the start of the mutation.
The body horror aspect of how the book affects people, and then like having like the nose bleeding and the weird bruising, and then like the weird fractal and then double eyeball fucking
almost a little substancy thing going there.
Yeah.
Let's get to the gores then. The gores kills because it's time. Very little. We get blood on various axes throughout the movie. We'll see blood on some axes. There's a hand missing a finger, a dog missing a leg. A few people, I guess, cry blood, bloody noses. We kind of see some blood during the Miss Pickman chopping her husband, but again, it's more bloody axe.
Yeah, like I thought that scene was way gorier in my head, and then actually like hunting for the gore, in this.
Yeah,
I realized it's all like bloody axe, kind of. It's all implied, and how it's edited versus like.
I don't even remember much cursing. It's R. I'm shocked it's R. To be honest, it seems like it could easily be a PG-13 movie. And then I also have various hard to pin down mutant and monster gore. Because, like sometimes some of that disfigurement, you could consider that gory if your eyes are bulging out of your head or whatever.
My biggest thing I had like written huge on this was like body horror equal gore ? Because there's a lot of body horror, but I don't know if I would necessarily call it gore. Even like the manifestation, like the little girl is probably a really good example of that, because she has those really sharp teeth and like you can tell like the pupils and stuff like that, but she's also got this weird crack bleeding lip line.
She's like missing part of her
lip
mouth,
mouth or something like that, you know what I mean? But like yeah, it's
got almost a zombie blindness maybe going on.
Yes, but it's a body horror blindness.
Yeah. So and that's all we have. So let's go ahead and take it to the gore meter. See how it really stacks up for Ugu. From on a scale of 1 to 10, Psycho to the Sadness, intensity and consistency. How gory is it? So intensity is going to be 1.5. 1. If we didn't have a hand missing a finger, and then we kind of see like the disfigured person eat it.
Yes.
Yeah, the dog.
And the dog. Yeah, I would give it 1.5.
And honestly, the dog, it wasn't until my second watch for this where I like made sure to look at where its leg was to see if they even did any prosthetics there or if it was just implied by it running. And there is a little bit of prosthetic there. So 1.5 all around.
Yeah.
Consistency. Also 1.5?
1.5?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, because like we sparsely get it, and when we do get it, it's not a whole lot. And the way that this is shot is that like those tight edits in between things, like the severed finger and all that kind of stuff, like you only see that for a second or two, if that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. I mean, 3 out of 10.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Fine with me. Getting on to our climax. Sutter Kane reveals himself to be a book. So Sam Neill has been talking to Sutter Kane. Sutter Kane tells him,
and he's just a book.
He derives
I'm just a book now, baby.
He derives his power from his belief, his popularity. He's more well-read than the Bible. That's what gives him
18
his power.
languages, baby.
The more people that believe in him, the more powerful he is. Then he rips himself open to reveal that he's a book and blows a hole in it from like where he is in these sort of book pages are torn, and that's when he's looking into the void. That Styles is narrating with the Lovecraft, and then Sam Neill starts running down the hall. That's where all their budget went, by the way. That hallway was built and real.
All those creatures. Oh my God.
Monster wall. That was an 18-foot wall. They just built monsters and then like affixed them in different places, and it had 8 different puppeteers riding it and one person like steering it, and then a bunch of other various monsters not attached to it. One of them that we only see close up and dark and shiny. Carpenter really doesn't show us much of the monsters, but there's one that's basically like I'm going to say giant meatball with teeth, because that's how K&B Effects talked about it. They said it was some design that they thought was silly and John Carpenter loved. And they ended up making it, and they call it the meatball with teeth. Ooh. And when they brought everything, all the various monsters, and they just put together this big monster wall and everything, and John Carpenter just couldn't get up over how much he loved the teeth meatball monster.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
So if I meet him...
Yeah.
Meatball.
I mean,
so that's the climax. Then we'll talk about the epilogue separately, because this was one that was kind of hard to figure out where one started and the other ended.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, that whole monologue sequence I really thoroughly enjoy. I liked that Sutter Kane became the work. Like when he finishes the book and then like Styles is like doing that weird like touchy making like make out whatever that is, you with the whole creature,
the little creature on his back.
Well, at that point you realize that Sutter Kane is not
Gabriel.
It's his little Gabriel. Well, it's like at that point like you realize that Sutter Kane is not Sutter Kane anymore. Like he has been enveloped and absorbed into whatever this entity, old gods, whatever it is. So like for me, like having him rip apart himself and he is the narrative, I thought was just a really fun, weird, like the artist becomes the artwork kind of type thing.
It doesn't totally work for me. I don't hate it or anything. It's cool. I get what they're doing. I do think it is a creative way to problem solve. We can't do what we planned on doing, so how do we do something?
How do we do this? And it's so weird too, because like I hate that's what the scene where he rips apart himself I hate, because it's like everything else was practical and this was CGI, and I felt the CGI was like meh. You know what I mean? Especially then you get the wall of monsters that happens.
Well, the CGI really does stand out, but for whatever reason, I'm totally forgiving of it. Like it doesn't bother me, even though it is kind of jarring being such a heavy practical effect movie. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what? What are they going to do?
What are you going to do?
Bryan, any climax thoughts?
Just echoing everything you guys said.
Cool. Epilogue. Sam Neill's done telling his story to the doctor. Doctor leaves. Chaos seems to happen outside, and Sam Neill goes to look out. Asylum appears to be destroyed. There's like scratches and blood on his door. And he sort of wanders his way out into a movie theater where In the Mouth of Madness is playing. He's watching it, and we're seeing him see clips, and this is reality. This is not reality. This is not reality. And he's watching and laughing and cracking up, and crying, like, shot of him
crying, laughing, and I thought it was kind of a really interesting way of bending free will with Trent. Is that like for his character, he did everything in his power to not deliver the manuscript. So how do you solve that if you basically Sutter Kane is God now? He's like, oh, well, then you already did months ago. And now you just don't really like, he's like altering time. So like he's bending his free will. And I think it's the accumulation of him in the theater realizing that everything that he had done was just part of this bigger, grander narrative. It's like a Trent who is like, nobody pulls my strings. I'm independent. I have free will. I have all this thing. And then to realize in a theater, watching yourself go through all this, that you're just a pawn and just a speck in this weird cosmic, I don't know. It was a phenomenal breakdown of a character for me.
Like Michael Douglas in Falling Down. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoy the questions it leaves you with about what was real, which parts were real. Is everything that happened in Hobbs End right? Was what Charlton Heston said to him about never sending him there, was Styles correct? Like, or we just watched a story of a story that he is watching that is his own story. It gets very meta, and just it leaves me with a fun what did I just watch feeling, and not a oh they did that, what did I just watch feeling.
Yes. Yeah, this is fun timey-wimey, not headache timey, you know what I mean?
Or lazy. Sometimes that I feel like that ending where it's like, oh, we don't know what was real, it feels like a cop-out, and I don't think that's the case here.
Right. It feels like there was always, what is going on here, so it works towards the ending. No, I agree.
For anything else about it, there's two scenes that I want to touch on because I like them a lot. Or one is not a scene, it's that multiple setup thing where when they first get to the hotel and Styles looks at the painting and it turns and kind of freaks her out. And then later Sam Neill sees it and but the man is now turned. He doesn't see it move, but he sees that it's changed, and so he's touching it. And that's when we see Miss Pickman has her naked and bruised husband handcuffed,
chained to her ankle and shit. That whole thing is, you're not responsible for this. She's like, hell no. Like, I love that John Carpenter also implements his humor into this in pockets. And that when she looks at the painting, like all fucking bug-eyed, and going like, she's like, hell no, I didn't fucking do that.
And then the last one, when they're like creatures, I like those creatures on the ground with the like church. Black Russian Orthodox church there.
Well, what's fun too,
that church, I believe was actually in that town, if I remember correctly. They set up in this small town outside of Toronto that like genuinely just had this magical small town look to it. Yeah. And the inside the church was, sets, but that was a real church. They shot on the outside, and the church, like the actual church, whatever church it was, I think it was Russian Orthodox, didn't want them to shoot there because it was a John Carpenter horror movie, but the priest who ran that church really needed new carpeting for the church, and he agreed that if they recarpeted the church that they could film the outside.
Awesome.
So that's how they got it.
So I fucking love that.
It was him and Sandy Carpenter. She was Sandy King at this time. She was like, oh, God, thank God that he needed that carpeting. Because I tell you what, like, it sounded like she was maybe also like the, what is it called? The site production manager, location. It sounds like she was the one doing all that stuff. And unfortunately, John Carpenter almost seemed like he was kind of like not particularly proud of this one, or like didn't think too strongly.
Well, I think if he has the idea,
she kept being like, "Give it a break. Like, it turned out well." Like,
yeah. Well, I think it's like sometimes when you have the idea in your head of like where you wanted to go, and then because of the financial limitations of what you're doing, you have to settle.
Bob Shea kept
on shaving it.
Yeah.
But I really do like the homage to Pickman, like Mrs. Pickman, because in Lovecraft, it's Pickman's model, which is a painter who everyone is like, what? He's painting all these creatures, and everyone's like, you have such a crazy, fantastical mind. And then you find out at the end of the story that he's painting still lifes of these creatures that are like he's actually painting like in like graveyards and shit. So I thought having her as the painter of these things was
apparently
such a cool
there's
like
a Pickman hotel in somewhere in Lovecraft as well.
Mm-hmm.
The scene that gets me excited every time I watch it, that is my favorite in this, is the I don't know why I like it so much, but when he's trying to escape Hobbs End and he's first going with Styles and she eats the keys.
Oh my God, yes.
Get out and they see the weird old man boy.
The old boy man.
Yeah, like get on his bike and ride off, and then he's
You won't let me go.
driving
You won't let me
more,
leave.
and boom, he's back in town again. So he tries to go, and then now he sees Styles riding on the bike with him, and he gets sent
I don't
back.
remember
all
what
that escaping, looping back to being in town.
That time
I
loop
really
shit.
like. I don't know why.
Dude, I don't know what age I was when I first saw this movie, but when Styles gets out of the car and her head is twisted on backwards and she's doing that crab walk thing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
That first time watching that almost made me piss myself because I was just like, oh, fucking gross. And then she flips over, so she's crawling normally, and then her head's on backwards.
Upside down. Yeah.
That was more unsettling to me. I was just like, oh no, oh God.
And I do like when we see Miss Pickman in her full booby tentacled thing. Do you notice? I noticed on my second watch for this that 2 of the big arms are directly coming out of her breasts, and they have little mouths on the end of them with teeth.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't notice.
Nipple tentacles?
Apparently, that's like a miniature or a quarter scale. It was going to be a person in a suit originally. And now it lives in their offices, the Carpenter's offices.
I love that.
And honestly, their commentary was kind of boring, but some of the stuff was just like the clear sort of coupley nature of it. Because he'd be like, oh yeah, we got that in our office under glass or plastic or something like that. And you sort of, in a semi-exhausted voice, you'd hear her be like, yeah, plexiglass. Like, come on.
come on now.
And that's all I really want to hit on before we move on to the rest. Either of you guys got anything? Excellent. Let's hit up the next bit. It's the crematorium of questions, brought to you by the Goo Gods. All right, let's do it. How would we survive this one?
I never really got into Lovecraft, so I don't think I'd go read the books.
Me neither.
Ross is screwed.
I'm fucked. I am going to be a tentacled, axe-wielding monster within fucking 3 minutes of this movie. I mean, it's weird because it depends on where you are in the Sutter Kane verse. Like, if you're just a normal ass person on this planet, not reading it technically is not going to change you, but you still have to be on the prowl for half.
It's going to change the planet, though.
It's going to change the whole planet. Yeah. I think the survivability,
the more people believe, the more powerful he'll become.
It becomes. Yeah, I think with this one, it really does stay true to the Apocalypse trilogy. Is that like if it is actually not in his head and it's happening, we're all fucking cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if we don't listen to and spread the word of this false god and become heralds of the Goo God and go throughout the land and try to bring that to the people so they start willing that into existence, and we could become a power to fight against. Would that be considered
a goose-aid?
We could go on the goose-aids. I'm just thinking, any reason to spread
cult of Goo Gods.
Mm-hmm.
The Chult.
The Chult.
I don't.
Oh man, I told you not to touch my Chult.
God,
I specifically said don't touch my Chult.
You know I don't like it when people don't touch my Chult.
Don't touch your Chult, or touch your Chult.
Touch my Chult, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna fucking touch it.
Dude.
No, I'm kidding. I would never touch your Chult if you don't want me to touch your Chult. Don't touch a Chult if you're not welcome to touch that Chult.
That's true.
Always. Very good.
Always. That's the lesson of this movie.
How do you make the film gooier? Goo it up. Put some goo in it.
Show some violence.
Goo it up.
You know?
Yeah. Show some sex.
Oh, wow. Boobs.
Gooey sex.
Yeah.
Tentacle sex.
Yeah,
Make it go full possession. I mean, Samuel's been there. He's seen it.
He's already been that bus stop. Yeah, I think it's just show what you're like. There's a lot of implied violence, but just show it. You know what I mean? Like would easily make this.
And
gooey.
I think that that was budget limitations. I mean, they don't even have squibs when somebody gets shot. It's not,
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have been somewhat, but it also Carpenter is, with the exception of The Thing, pretty tame as far as goo goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always you think there's more than there is type stuff. But yeah, I would, it doesn't need to be crazy gooey, but kick it from a 3 to a 6. I'd like that.
But regardless, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be gore. It could just be more weird goo shit from the void,
Yeah.
gooey creatures and such.
Another scene I like is when after he sees Miss Pickman, he runs back up to Styles and she's in the bathroom and we see all the shadows there and then all the little funny little technicals under the door and then they suck back through and the door opens and it's just her.
Everything's fine.
Sup? Hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh no, you didn't see my tentacles, did you?
You didn't. You should never look at a lady's tentacles.
Tentacles. Never look at a lady's tentacles.
Unless they're
Hero
presented
level
to you to be looked at.
So hero level, we've had power level and iconography because that's, what we have for villain level. Ross, you had made a suggestion for this, right? You thought something
like tenacity or like final girl aura, you know what I mean? Where it's like how tenacious, how,
What's Sam Neill's final girl aura?
Yeah.
I think tenacity is good. So we can do that instead of power level because I think iconography kind of still works.
Yeah,
sure.
So tenacity 1 through 5. I would say it's actually pretty strong, but he really gets just put through it. So
yeah,
3 as far as is willing to not give up.
True.
I would honestly written that way.
Oh,
is that really
shit! Oh no! Yeah, I would honestly give him between a 3 and a 4 because he fights the idea of reality pretty much the entire fucking ride. Yeah, 3.5. Why not?
All right. And Bryan, did you say one?
That's fine. That's fine.
I said 3, so I'm going 3.25.
Okay.
Iconography, zilch. There's nothing about him that.
I mean, he's got the suits.
Other than if I saw Sam Neill.
No, and if
Sam
you were
Neill
walking around a
suit.
con and you saw a dude that was all sketched on with crosses and the clothing,
true,
had all the crosses and stuff on
good,
it.
Very good.
Yeah,
that's totally.
I would absolutely know that.
What that was. Okay. Yeah. So I would say by crossface alone, I'd also give that a 3. Why not for iconography? I mean,
I'd kick that up to a 3 as well because I think that in particular is pretty iconic.
Otherwise, it's
just the beginning and the end. So that's why it's not all the way up there.
Yeah, in a suit, chain smoking isn't necessarily
but crossface chain smoking.
But crossface chain smoking.
Boy, does he fucking smoke, this guy! Wow.
God, I wanted a cigarette.
I do love the fact. I do really love the fact that half the time, you can't smoke here. He's like, I'm sorry.
Everywhere he goes to light up, he can't
stop
smoke.
lighting up.
He can't smoke.
Hey.
Villain level. So that gives him a 6.25 out of 10 total.
Sounds good.
Villain level. Power level.
I mean, it's
5.
They're the new gods, so I would say 5.
It's the old gods.
The old gods.
Sutter Kane.
Yes. So yeah, I would give them a 5. I mean, you're dealing with time bending, reality warping. It's a 5.
When we leave this movie, the apocalypse seems inevitable.
Yes,
it is. Yeah, it is happening. The apocalypse is happening. It's apocalypsing.
Yeah.
It's
in it, baby. But movies are playing and popcorn's popping, so it's a good pop. Not that bad.
Apocalypse.
I don't know about iconography though. That's a weird one because it's they're Lovecraftian creatures, but is that part of the old god thing? Is it the snooty writer? Is that what the iconography is? I feel like there's so many tendrils, so to speak, of this old gods that it makes it hard to pin down an iconography for it.
I agree, but even still, I think any of them taken at their own are fine enough, but not particularly strong. I think there's a reason we get such quick snippets of the monsters. And Sutter Kane doesn't look like particularly much to me. It looks kind of like a standard mid-90s villain.
Like you said, like literally if I saw a dude dressed as Sutter Kane at a con, I wouldn't know off the bat who I mean, unless he had like a weird puppet.
Did the hair perfect.
The hair perfect, or like the weird creature behind him. You know what I mean?
I mean, even still, I'd probably see him and be like, oh, is that like, are you doing like Malignant?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for that alone, like I don't know. I mean, maybe a 3, 2.5 or a 3.
I'm gonna go just 2.5. Like, it's
I'll go 2.75.
And he did 3, so 2.75, which gives it a 7.75 for the villain level, which
beats our hero,
sense.
Which happens in the movie.
Yep.
New scale works.
Nailed it.
All right, cool.
Should it have a sequel? If so, what's your sequel?
Nope. I don't think this is. I think that's the kind of the beauty of like an apocalypse film is that at the end of this, like, I think kind of what Bryan was talking about before, like I would have much rather have had an exploration into this world than a sequel in the aftermath of what happened after this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're going to do something, I would like a higher budget remake than I would a sequel to this film.
That's exactly what I was going to say. In the right hands, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Both are wrong. You need a direct sequel.
Straight to video.
Pulls out. John Carpenter's there. And it's all
with his guitar. Again,
even pulled out even further. It's like just layered on top of like it's him watching the movie. It's like remember when fuck R. Kelly, but when R. Kelly did this commentary on Trapped in the Closet, it was just him sitting in front of a screen, smoking a cigar,
looking back and talking about what's happening. Oh.
Yes. So the sequel.
So yes, R. Kelly is an awful, god awful person, but if you want some incredible entertainment and can somehow kind of find it, the Trapped in the Closet
steal
DVDs,
it somewhere.
Yeah,
torn it. Do not give that man money.
DVD.
Yeah,
is. Yeah, him sitting in a chair, smoking a cigar, looking back, talking about it. And honestly, Trapped in the Closets are super entertaining and funny too. What's great about it is you're laughing at him. And so
you're laughing at how dumb. Yeah. How did you think this was good?
He thinks he's so smart too.
Right. He
I needed
he was
something
cooking
to rhyme with dresser, so I came up with Beretta.
And that will be our new Trash on R. Kelly segment. You can
expect Trash and Kelly.
Trash and Kelly. Anyway, yeah. So that's my sequel. It's just John Carpenter doing that.
I like it.
But it's a sequel to the movie. It's,
as long as
an actual sequel
remains all he has in common with R. Kelly.
That's it.
Would you buy the soundtrack or a score on vinyl?
I'm going to go with a no. I noticed the music and I noticed how generic it felt to me. And I was like, no, thank you.
I agree. I love this movie, but there are astronomically stronger John Carpenter soundtrack and scores and soundtracks than this movie.
If I end up becoming a John Carpenter soundtrack completist, that is what I would get this. But I have like 4 or 5 more beforehand and be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the rest.
Can't wait for a text one day. Guys, I've become a John Carpenter completist. Vinyl completist.
But just for the soundtracks, because he also puts out his own music and does different things.
So
he
you
just
say
had
that now.
Something come
and then
out.
He's going to get all the soundtracks. And then where do you go from there?
Would be if you weren't here with us.
You buy the rest of his discography. It'll happen. Start buying John Carpenter vinyl soundtracks and his discography. Send it to Sam, care of Sam at 127 Sam Lane.
Chuddle Club Crypt.
Chuddle Club Crypt. Chuddleverse.
I don't know how I'm going to get it. At least we still have the internet.
It's true. They give us the internet and podcasting equipment.
Yeah.
Weird.
Hey,
I
guess they knew they wanted us to be able to watch movies, and I guess they didn't want us to give us physical media. Although I have this memory of watching this movie with commentary on the collector's edition Blu-ray.
It was in your head,
I don't understand
dude.
why you didn't watch this movie. Why you wouldn't have watched? I watched this movie to talk about it. The God said, "Well, do the thing," right? So I was like, okay.
Is anything action figure worthy?
Oh, all the creatures, dude. Are you kidding me? Just an action figure of Mrs. Pickman with just the axe and like the... That
would be the one to get, I think.
Yeah. The greenhouse action playset with the weird snake thing. Like,
I take the Sam Neill that we discussed, the Crossy Sam Neill.
Sutter Kane's agent with like kung fu axe chopping. You know what I mean? Like the... Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm. What merch, prop, or promo item would you want from the film to adorn our crypt? Sutter Kane book. Just give me a book.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Give me them all, actually, so I can
get
make
the
a
collection
map if I want.
Ooh, and make the map.
Yeah, we'll take the collection.
Well, I don't want to. Maybe 2 copies then.
2 copies of each.
Well, just give me the map. Just give me a set of the books and give me the map.
And the map. Yeah. Save me
I don't
the
need
work.
it. I don't need to have like...
I don't need to do any of this Dan Brown detective work.
Books with their covers torn off just sitting around.
Yeah. I would
Although we have the space, I think. I mean, we'll find out.
You say that now.
You say, right.
Exactly.
And then it just built. I would absolutely have any of the Pickman paintings. Probably the last one, honestly, with the 2 writhing creatures.
Oh, I want that for sure.
With the church in the background is
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could put those up on the wall. That sounds good. I mean, I don't know if you guys went around the corner in this crypt here, but we do have a giant wall of demons that looks oddly similar to this wall here.
I told you I couldn't find the bathroom.
That's where the bathroom is. You have to go by the wall of demons.
the wall of demons?
The bathroom. It's a wall of demons, and there's just like a urinal right in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. No. Well, okay, hold on.
I must have missed the urinal because I just did it. I got distracted by the demons.
Is it a urinal or is it a demon that just coincidentally looks like a urinal?
That's urinalysis. No, that sounds like a urinalysis.
Oh, so it's a piss god. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thirsty. It got weird. He's not there. Weird. It's not like that.
I'm not going to use that bathroom.
There's another bathroom behind it. Go to that one. It's real rude.
Nice. Based in what you would call reality.
If we ever have guests over, we can let them know that there's a weird toilet and then the normal toilet.
Do you want to be in a toilet that likes it? Or go to the normal toilet? All right. Midnight showing. Losing our minds. Obviously, we're all laughing with him at the end. I think you have to do that. And beyond that, I didn't think about it. You. Sorry, Letharion. You're really tripping us out here with psychological God, all this. What is reality in the movie? In reality, this is not reality. This is reality.
I'm throwing
popcorn bucket
cassette single from Pixies. Where's My Mind at the screen?
Oh, nice. I like that.
There you go. Throughout the whole movie, I'm just gonna have a stack of them. I'm just gonna be hucking them.
I'm throwing a DVD of Fight Club.
Nice. Layer it.
Mm-hmm. Popcorn bucket.
Ooh. Honestly, any of the creatures.
Yeah.
Anything with tentacles.
Yeah, just make it a little weird bucket. A bucket that mutated.
Mutated
easy
bucket.
peasy.
There you go. Perfect. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby.
All right, time to do the thing with our fingers.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all, cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's fingers.
Show them.
Yeah, that's right. On this show, we use a rating scale of 0 to 5 fingers. Each finger represents a different quality about the movie. These ratings are subjective, as the gods only care about its connection to us and not the quality of the movie. Sacrifice some fingers to the gods. Let's start with the host who loves it the most, Ross.
Oh, gee whiz. Okay, man, I'm gonna break it all down. It is a 5 for me. Engaging. I'm engaged every time. I like the subject matter. I like how they tackle the subject matter and just insanity and timey and just weird old god stuff. I think it's a lot of stuff sticks for me. Just on between the Easter eggs and just the look and the vibe of this. And I do completely understand that like aspects of this seem very direct to video feelings to it. Like I said, it kind of adds that nostalgia for me. And it also kind of adds its own like little flavor. Stuffable. I would get tons of stuff from this movie, shirt, you know what I mean? Like anything merchandise wise. I would honestly love to just have an Easter egg of just a bunch of Sutter Kane books. I know that like you can on the Etsy market can pick those up.
The Carpenters have a warehouse full of them. Those were all real books that they printed tons of, and in their warehouse they still have all of whatever crew members didn't take.
God. All right. Well, I now have to send some emails
I've seen them on eBay. I'm assuming they're authentic ones, but for all I know, they could be ones that people made. Knows? I don't know.
Cockles, it just explodes, nukes, apocalypse my cockles. Again, I like Lovecraft, so like this is like the best visual fucking Lovecraftian movie I've seen. You know what I mean? Or just it just has that. I think maybe
with the tentacly.
Yes,
yeah,
tentacly, and just like it fucking with people's minds.
His color out of space is pretty good.
Is good too. Is really
representing
good.
That right,
especially that story. Absolutely, like super on the nose. So this is like that adjacent because obviously they're not using direct Lovecraft. But
right,
yeah,
I just meant as far as visually representing.
Oh, absolutely,
the Lovecraftian.
And then same thing with rewatchable. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in the mood for a Lovecraftian kind of movie, this is top. You know what I mean? Also, on top of the fact, if I'm just in the mood for a John Carpenter movie, this is also in the top for me. So
yeah. So
I give 5.
5 out of 5, baby. Noise.
There's a In the Mouth of Madness. That was
gonna happen.
Yeah, sure. There's a In the Mouth of Madness book coming out next month or October, whenever. I don't know when this is going to drop. Like some new publication or something.
What?
Just like what is reality? Because in the movie, Charlton Heston says there's a movie coming out next month.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't know what to say. It looks like the book for the movie, so it's gonna be fucking. There's some of that heady shit. We gotta
talk to the Goo Gods if we can order anything online, and can it get here? Do we have to stick our hands in that goo pit?
I think we have to stick our hands into some. There was a few other pots of goo back there.
Gooey.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a purple goo. There was like a green goo. There's an orange goo. There's different colored goos back there. I think they do all different things. So we'll figure that out.
This is amazing. Yeah.
I wonder what. I hope. Well, we'll talk about it off air.
Sorry, I'm now looking up this Sutter Kane thing, and it's hilarious because the author is Sutter Kane. Like this is. The novelization. Yeah. That's so okay. All right. Well, I know what I'm getting myself
tonight when we get it off. Guess Ross is going to be finding out which bucket he's got to stick his hand into soon. All right. Me ratings. Engaging is a 1 to be. I almost went 0.75 because there are honestly some of the Lovecraftian dialogue. Same reason why I never got into Lovecraft, that just sort of archaic, stilted language. I kind of find myself not paying attention, but not enough to not give it a full 1. Sticky, I'll be generous and do 0.75. I think it's probably 0.5, but you know, I like it a lot, so I'm fine if it bumps up the score. And that's mostly because I remembered most things when I revisited it for this, but there were still aspects of it that kind of I didn't remember the overall, like, what is kind of happening, so I was still kind of engaged trying to figure that out. Stuffable, 0.75, because I've almost bought a t-shirt for this a couple times and haven't. But like Sutter Kane books, there's a lot of different little things that I would like to have that it would just be a matter of pulling the trigger, so to speak. Cockles, I'm going to give a 1-2, I think, because even though I'm not typically a Lovecraftian guy, I like the what is reality aspect, so appeals to me more of this, and the sort of story within the story telling, and the idea of what is how much you can think about all that. So 1 for Cockles, and then rewatchables, probably 0.75. It's not a full one, but it is it would be a go-to Carpenter for sure. I mean, in horror, I would The Thing, and Halloween are like the only 3 I would say I genuinely love. But you know, this made it to top 3 without having seen it before until like a couple years ago. So I'd say that's pretty solid, and that gives it a 4.25 overall, which feels right. I thought I was around a 4, but I'm happy to be just a notch above it.
Yeah.
And I've gone in this order because I assumed we'd probably be going from highest to lowest, and let's see if that was correct.
Well, little book update. The Sutter Kane movie prop books, their warehouse might be emptied because like it was just over a year ago. John Carpenter official also posted they did some team up with something to sell out a shit ton of them.
Oh,
so
yeah. So at the time of the commentary, since then. Yeah.
So it looks like it might be a little bit harder to get the screen.
That's funny because as soon as I heard that, I was like, why doesn't he sign them all and sell them for a bunch of money on his website? Like, why is it just sitting in a warehouse?
Yeah. The books were $250, and it says you would receive 1 randomly selected title. So that's kind of how they did it. And he said there's like 100 of them or something like that, and they just fucking ran through them and got them out of there. So good luck. But In the Mouth of Madness, that book's still coming, and you can buy like a fun little prop of the torn off pages to create a map. And I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, how the fuck did he? I don't understand the rhyme or reason to how these got torn to do this. But that's for another day. That's a funny. We'll do that when we talk about this movie again. Yes, exactly. The next day. So I'm going to go ahead and do my scores now. Thank you for bearing with me. I go through them real quick. Engaging. I'll probably give it a 0.75. I found myself weaving in and out of it, but for the most part, I was engaged. Sticky. I'll probably give a 0.75. Why not? Because again, it's fun to think about. It's just a fun, wibbly wobbly.
It's a fun thinker after too.
Yeah, and I don't know how much I'll be continuing to think about it, but I like having had thought about it. Stuffable. Let's give it a 0.5. It'd have to be the right kind of stuff. I mean, obviously there is cool enough imagery, and there's something that can be done with multitude of things, but I'm not clamoring for it. Cockles, I'll probably give it why not give it a 0.75, just because hits all the right thing. Hits a lot of stuff on the Cockles, but doesn't quite reach it there. Rewatchable, I'll probably give a 0.5 as well. I could watch it again, but unfortunately, I think that there's a lot of cool aspects to it, but I almost feel like I got what I needed out of it.
Yeah.
And I'd revisit it, sure, but yeah, why not? 3.25 feels good. Thank you.
Feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. We asked our acolytes what they had to say about it. We didn't give them much notice, and the few people that joined in haven't seen this in a long time.
I don't think we truly understand when our broadcast signal comes out from the crypt to the regular universe.
Yeah.
So I don't think they had enough time to respond, but the acolytes
we'll try and get that
there
under control.
Yeah.
How does this movie compare to other movies in the Goo book, the rating? Where are we at?
Well, before we woke up to the time loop, we'll compare to those scores as well. So we have a 4.2 on this one. And that's it's in pretty good company.
Chuddle Club Crypt.
Yep, it's gonna go. We gotta.
It gets to stay. It doesn't get.
It gets to stay. It goes up on the shelf up there. Sits along with some things like The Shining, Night Killer, Opera, Scream 3, Final Destination 2, Scream 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Halloween 2018, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 are all 4.2s.
Wow. I gotta say, I'm real happy that Night Killer's in that list.
It's a funny thing to be included with there. Even Scream 3's like by some people's standards, and Final Destination 2 maybe, but
a few of these, yeah.
Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
People would be like,
yeah, The Shining and Night Killer.
Right. They're both right there.
Great. Well, I think that does it. Let's go ahead and close the Goo book. We can wrap up tonight the meeting here. I don't know what we're going to do now. Do we just what do you guys want to do after this? So there's a demon hallway.
What happens.
We'll explore. Let's explore after this. I think that would be fun.
Apparently find a new urinal.
I'll show you the bathroom.
I don't want to go to the one that likes it. Show me the regular one.
Yeah.
Okay. The regular one's still a little weird, but it'll be good.
Okay. So thank you for listening. This is
thank you.
We'll see where this journey takes us. I mean, as far as we know, we're just stuck here. It's a time loop. We've been cutting off our fingers, and yet we still have them. You think that would have been a clue? But at the same time,
do you think one of those pots of goo is all of our finger juice?
Ooh, could be.
It's like our pulped finger.
Yeah.
Could be. Well, we'll go check it out after this.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll see where this goes.
At the end of the day, we're still going to be talking about our movies as we do, and we're stuck in this time loop too.
That's right.
Where do people follow
stick with
us?
Sam? It's going to be fun. Follow us on Instagram and Threads to stay up to date with the podcast. Follow at Ross Purvis on Instagram if you want to see his tattoos. And if you're in the Central Florida area, maybe you can find some sort of incantation to pull him down there and get you to tattoo him.
I'll do it
though. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. You can follow Chuddle the Sam, Chuddle the Ross, or Chuddle the Bryan with a Y on Letterboxd if you have any interest in seeing the movies we're watching here in the Chuddle Club Crypt. We don't know. We often don't watch movies together while we're here. Although we'll see what happens going forward. Jump in the Discord if you want to participate in the show. Really, now that's acolyte only. So if you want to be a part of the Chuddle community, talk to us. It's one of our only forms of communication with the outside world. So help us. Just to make it easy for you, all that, there's a link in the show description. If you made it this far, please rate and review. It would mean a lot if you're listening on Spotify. Do a little comment. Why don't you throw a book emoji in there? Spread the Goo word any way you can. Appease the Goo Gods.
Indeed.
Join us in our next episode when we offer tribute to Yaldanael, the Goo God of paranormal horror.
Ooh.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Let's go check out this crypt. And until next time, avoid the time loop.